112, yes. Yo. It's King Ghidra, combined with the forces of non-ether. Blowing woofers and tweeters, shaking syllable meters. Disasters cataclysmic, mystic natural. It's about time we hit y'all with some substance that's actual. I got a gift called hip-hop prophecy. Since 2003 ends the reign of the Jiggy MC. No more roaming on this planet like scavengers. Scientists broke the code of the Gregorian calendar. Defying laws of space and time. Trying to trace my lines, hold up, respect the architect. Digital rolling, my whole crew roll with VS. Type to master this whole universe in 3 steps. We stretch across the equator with something major. Universal rhyme tones tamper with your time zone. Minds blown by the millions just for the feeling. Hip hop, it just don't stop until I make a killing. Now I'm kidding, but for real, the world ain't the same no more. Take your life to next level or remain no more. Take your life to next level or remain no more. Word up, word up.
Well, I'm colliding with the mind of a survivor, surviving, uncover the time, brother. The high volume, wide column, high sliding, preferred jogging aside. Dodging mirages, conquer the vibe, hunger lurks, not a 5-word saga. God bless the life, Father Trife, travel the light, balance the globe on flight, vocal pimp in the stroke, so you know how it go down, yo. Struggle and ghetto, yo. Metal throat, settle the dough. Live showbiz, the cannonball, weapon, men at arms, 4 section. Super intelligence, balance, benevolence, stinging nettle medicine. Crouch, tiger, dragon, craftmatic, posture back, shift, catch this, passes through the atlas. First class, diplomatic status, stagma, flagged in, overstanding the plan. Boss scan, identify, camera shot, streets watch, time X clocks, punch lunch on the dot, 5 minutes to rock. So we blue block Cruz, it's old news, how we do.
All right. We're rocking and rolling. Ruben Camarillo here, host of Now You Know Eagle Pass. And of course, we are here once again with Monica Cruz. She is your candidate for mayor in this, participating in this exciting runoff. We also got my partner here, Miss Veronica Peña.
Hi, guys.
And we're going to have some fun. We're going to have some fun, and we're going to let you lay it all on the line, you know, and it's been a crazy month already. And I don't even know where to start.
What
like,
can I say?
I mean, people are the last podcast that we had. It wasn't supposed to be a political podcast. It was supposed to be like, let's get to know the candidate, just like we did for Aaron, just like we did for Jessica, you know, until, you know, the 57 Music Fest got in. I'm like, okay, well, let's continue to talk about it, you know? So, wow, this is going to be exciting. I wonder who's going to be on the other side throwing a tantrum. I mean, you don't know. Before we get started, this episode is brought to you by Smoothie King Eagle Pass. Fuel your day with their delicious nutrient-packed smoothies. Whether you're on the go or need a post-workout boost, Smoothie King has you covered. Visit their Eagle Pass location today and treat yourself to the king of smoothies. And, you know, we can kind of just go over the whole outline of what we got going for you. So we're going to have you put everything on the line. You know, I think in my opinion, a lot of the media and a lot of, you know, I like to say the political machine. If people don't like it, that's fine. You know, they're all being very vocal about things that you apparently did in the past, but didn't do in the past, especially regarding the 57 Music Fest. We've had they said that you poured a bucket of water on yourself
while raining.
While it was raining. I mean, what else? You faked sick. So I guess you just found whatever stretcher you could find and some scrubs and an IV, and that was perfect. You know, so yeah, that's the kind of stuff that's been crazy, and especially when it comes to slander and all of that. But you know what? And you know, I guess it's just me, right? That I guess none of the media does this for money. It's just me. You know what I mean? I'm the only one here in Eagle Pass that charges for media services and podcasts and interviews and articles. Yeah, it's just me, right? Okay. Yes. So, but anyways, so Monica, how have you been since the elections?
Good. I mean, we're still working. I mean, we have the days counted, and we need to keep going regardless of what's going on. And talking about all the things that are going on, I think that it makes me stronger and focus on what really is going on. It's just a constant reminder of what we're fighting against.
Okay.
And I know that I'm not very clear out there sometimes to talk about specifics, because to tell you the truth, I mean, I can speak for hours and exactly pinpoint and do the same, but the difference is that it's going to be with truth, and truth hurts. And I don't want to stain this clean campaign. We've worked so hard. I have a wonderful team. I think that the support is there. And, let me put it this way. And I'm putting a stop to the slander and defamation. And even if it's political, Aaron is responsible for all of it. So my attorneys will get in touch. That's all I'm going to say with him and his family. And there's going to be legal consequences.
Oh, wow.
And I think that we need to let the court decide and speak the truth.
Oh, that's good. I mean,
when the time comes.
I mean, yeah, I think you've been really, you've been tolerant for a while. I mean, you see all this crap on there. We've been talking about it, right?
And everything, everything has a truth behind it. I mean, this has been slandering and this has been lies, and there's a lot of people involved. And this has all turned into an environment filled with so much hate and
very negative.
Yes, it has become with so many personal vendettas, to be honest with you, that people are losing sight of what truly matters and why we're really here.
Yeah,
and I think that with that said, I mean, we need to tell the people what I've done for Eagle Pass. I know it's sometimes hard to just say exactly what you do and what you have done. And because I keep repeating to the people that I'm the kind of person that not necessarily tell everything I'm doing every day. Maybe this is going to be a very different way of, if become mayor, maybe I'm going to have to tell the people every single day what we're doing and what we discuss and, what are our projects, because it is important to them. And we are there to represent the people. So, I have a proven track record of lowering taxes, while Aaron keeps saying that, the hospital lowered the taxes 19%. I wonder why, if it was a homestead exemption or what else, because it's public record and they haven't lowered the taxes. If so, I think that I've been owed money, because I'm still paying the same amount for the last couple of years. And if you go to our page, the taxes are exactly there. It's public record for everyone. I mean, from the school, from the hospital, from the city, from the county, it's just right there. So
no, we're definitely going to give you that chance to put out all
between many
stuff,
other things.
Yeah. I mean, and you've been in city council for 4 years.
Yes,
so,
sir.
I mean, but even the mayor themselves can't make a decision on their own without city council. It takes a whole team. And I think that's one of the things that we want to kind of inform the community on how it actually works. Because I'm not perfect. I didn't know how it actually works until you go in. You got to read all the ordinances and stuff like that. And it's a lot, but it's good to know. It's definitely good to know. So it's been a wild ride.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we've been back and forth, just like, man. I had to take a little break from social media, because you try to combat all the slander and stuff, especially from media type people who apparently have been paid to do this. I mean, hello, I'm paid to do this. Everybody's paid to do this. You know what I mean? It's a job, have a business to run, and we have sponsors, and we want to, get the message out. We did the same with Aaron. We did the same with Jessica. We're doing the same with you. And man, it was so hard to even get you on board.
Yes.
Like, I can't even, and I think, someone had told me, don't take it personal. We've talked about this before. No, she'll answer you when she can. It's just, we know you've been
very busy.
We know you've been busy. So it's like, you can't predict when we have these podcasts, so I'm sure we're going to get some nice rant and raves about it, but let's get started. Let's rock and roll on the first topic here. So we're going to address the accusations and the slander. Obviously, of course, I mean, they say it comes with a territory. You signed up for this. You can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. I mean, I think that regarding to that is, okay, so they're saying just take the lies and slander. Like, that's pretty deep. We got fat shaming. We got attack kids who with part-time jobs at a golf course being attacked. We got homophobic remarks. Like, good God. Like, you know what? I'm not trying to pretend like I'm somebody else. But obviously, and they like to make fun of it, I got a moral code. So why, I mean, is that something that's going to affect me? Let me, well, I wanted to ask you something first before we get started. You're running for mayor, Veronica, and you paid me to promote you. And then I start talking shit about you. Like, are you gonna want to interview with me?
No, not at all.
Why not?
Because I mean, you're talking bad about me.
Why?
And
But you already paid me. So no, like
No.
you're still not gonna say,
Yes,
okay.
no, it's a big no.
I think that makes sense for everybody.
I mean,
yeah.
it's common sense to everybody. It's, I mean, I don't know why they take it so personal.
So no, that's gonna be like, okay, so now you're not gonna sit with me, then you're avoiding me.
I'm doing very wrong.
Yeah, you're right. You're running away from the media.
Sense. I mean, you're talking about.
So that's just something a little we wanted to highlight. You know, it's we try to be professional. We have we like to do roughneck podcasts and comedy and stuff, but when it comes to elections and stuff, we try to be as much professional as possible.
It's
but
against state law, actually. I mean, now that you're mentioning, and you should, and as media, you have to stay within the same rates as in any normal given day. You cannot, just because you're in campaign, because you're in Christmas, because it's Mother's Day, you cannot, go above. Well, they're offering me this, so if you give me the same or more, then we'll talk. We had a deal.
Yeah, and we know what's happening there. But all right, let's go with the opening question. All right, so Monica, you've been blamed for the issues surrounding 57 Music Fest. We've talked about this plenty of times, but just one more time. Okay, how about the question we'll ask is, when you said no, what was going through your mind when the three others didn't? When they voted yes, it was you and Mario that said no. What happened after that? Was it awkward? Was it, you know what I mean?
You have to be professional. And actually, I mean, not just because, the now city manager cannot tell you and explain everything that goes on there. But I remember in that meeting precisely when it was just, it was ridiculous. And Mr. Garcia and I actually gave them so many options to just let go. And we had the opportunity to leave and to just cancel everything because we had everything in front of us that it was not looking good. We had the opportunity to just quit. And it was just how things happened that made you really realize that something was off.
Right.
It was a lot of persistence on their end, and nothing that we said or proved will change them or otherwise. So,
but that doesn't matter though, because in the beginning, back in I believe it was 2023, you made the motion.
Oh yes, and that's the whole thing. If we have to go back to the
yeah, but I'm saying, like, as sarcastically, like, okay, so it doesn't really matter because doesn't matter that you said no the second time. The first time you just made the motion to move forward with the negotiations and execute. But to them, to what their message is putting out is that you just made the whole decision.
No, I mean, we put everything on the table. And that's when I went public and said, this is what's going on. I don't agree, and I just want it to be in public record because there's some discrepancies that we don't like, and we need to tell publicly to the people. Since they didn't want to go public and explain everything that was going on, I didn't want to be held liable, and neither Mr. Garcia, which actually I believe he was here because he was with my team just trying to get some information. I don't know if he left or not.
No, he's over there. He's chilling. You can't see him.
I don't know if he wants to,
later we'll have him chime
collaborate. But the thing is that I mean, he was a witness on how things got there and how much we fought for it. And then I actually kind of apologized to him because I just got very, vocal. And he said, no, I see that you're a very passionate, person, and I respect that, and that's all I can say. So,
but why do you think they're blaming you for this? Why is it that all the attacks are on you? And it's an honest question. I mean, is it do you think it's politically motivated? I don't. I think that's something
when
that
you're there,
really
people change, and I'm not saying that all of them, but people change. Things change, and unfortunately, sometimes there's no way. Everything has to have a legal system in place. And sometimes we cannot say anything in advance until it's proven, right? And that's probably one of the things that are the hardest, because you have to go through so many levels and steps in order to get to the end. And I think that, yes, people are mad about it because there's a pending investigation. Yes, people that are sitting and in administration are going to probably get hurt or, put out there, and the truth will come along. And I'm big part of it. And of course, since I was very vocal and very direct, I think that created a problem. From there on, every meeting, I mean, we acted professional. I'm not going to lie to you. We respected one another as much as we could, but this kept coming up, and yeah, people don't like that.
We try to read and do as much research as possible when it comes to knowing how mayor and city council works. So from what I've read is that, once city council makes a decision, whether you're for it or not, you have to go through with it, right? You can't dog or put down the idea. Is that correct? Is that some kind of form of ordinance that you guys can't do?
No, sometimes, I mean, you can actually, if you have you're against it, like we, Mr. Garcia and I did, we're just against, but since we had a majority, well, it was very well written in the minutes that we were completely, we completely were against, and that's how it reads on the minutes. They were against, and that's why I said what I said to be public record, because I saw no intention at all that they were going to go public. And sometimes you don't want to overstep the mayor, and that's a reality. I just felt that I gave them the opportunity to complain. Nobody did. Well, let's just say what we can say.
Right. But let's just say, I don't know, Mario, you guys are all against Mario. He was 1-4. And then later,
he has helped a lot. He's been a great supporter.
Well, let's just say he's done. He already abstained, or he already opposed for whatever you guys voted on. He can't just go and start making anti-item posts in the internet, or saying, hey, you know what, I voted against it, this is bad, the whole time. Is that something you guys?
Yeah, there's
the protocol.
Yes, right? You have certain things that you're allowed to say, and believe it or not, we're also legally bound, yes, to what we said and we don't say. So it's not as easy as it seems. Well, how come you did? No, that's the only way that I saw the opportunity to come clean to the public. The same with, I want the auditors to present their findings up to now, which it was also a hard thing to accomplish.
Of course. Yeah. And people don't know that.
And you know what? And I I didn't know that you were coming with bringing this up, because I guess it's just, everybody's just tired of the same old.
Yes.
And let me tell you why, because I've been putting it there with proof, if people don't want to see it and it's there, then there's nothing else more that you can do. Right. It's just like the saying in Spanish, right? I mean, you can take the horse, to the water, and it's not gonna drink if he doesn't want to, right?
How do you say it in Spanish?
Pues sí, bueno, tú puedes llevar al caballo a tomar agua, pero no va a tomar agua así.
Okay.
Si no quiere, o sea, no lo puedes hacer o forzar de hacerlo. Entonces, I mean, we are to that. I'm into that point. I put the truth, and they can throw 20 punches. I put the truth in there, and if I'm defending it in a righteous way, well, no, she's the one throwing the punches, and so it's, I guess. Again, people need to understand that I'm not in this position because I'm gaining something, but I've been there for 4 years, and I cannot look the other way and leave things unfinished and the way they are right now. People need and deserve to be to know the truth. And if I only told you what had happened since the first round, I'm against people that are very powerful, where there's millions of dollars involved here that might be lost, and people don't like that. So that's the kind of people that are behind this. Yeah. And I'm not going to get into detail, because I don't think it's it's the right way of going. But if you pay attention to every detail, every picture, every way that this campaign is turning into, you can tell exactly who's behind it. And this is personal. This is against a lot of entities, not just about city. And this is about Not even probably people have forgotten what's going on. Even though we're not even talking about what we did and what we want to continue doing, because right now it's not about that. And then, because, I block it. Well, if it's considered a media outlet or a gossip outlet, of course, I'm not interested in gossip. So, those little things, I think that we have lost the professionalism. I think that we have lost, our focus on what really matters. And, people will believe what they want to believe. And sometimes you're just tired of, this is what I'm doing. It's for the community. I have nothing to gain. My business, has suffered. I mean, there's nothing here for my business. It has, my family. I don't pay. I mean, since my daughter went to college, that was the same time that I was actually in council. And I remember that she's like, you were always in San Antonio. I mean, you came very often. Since I'm here, I mean, you barely see me. Yes, that was the kind of life that even though we don't have an office at the city, we had that commitment. And I always opened the doors of my office and I was constantly helping people out with their concerns. And, I think that the directors know that. And I think that we have done everything in our power to do what's right. That, we tell everyone, well, no, I mean, why? There are things that you have to solve day by day that people not necessarily know about, but that person that you help knows it and you accomplish something. And, I guess that's what's really going on.
So, and we're going to talk more about that, come more time in the segment. But I think one of the biggest, besides the 57 Music Festival, would kind of just came up, the whole voter fraud accusation. That just came up today, right? Where your opponent kind of,
I have to be honest, my team told me what was going on, but I haven't read. I never, open a video or anything like that, because right now I just don't want to lose focus in what we're doing. We're very concentrated, or at least I am concentrated on what's coming, and reaching out to the people that truly believes in me, and to me it's important what they think and how they see this campaign. So
this whole voter fraud thing that your opponents claiming, is this something that
the fraud? No, it's funny because I'm not going to go into details because, again, I mean, my attorneys are going to, reach out. Okay. But people will know. And again, I mean, even if it's political, I mean, he's responsible for everything that he has said. And I hope that he doesn't delete it the same way that he deleted some comments, bad comments, because it is important for me that video stays there. Trust me.
Okay. No,
let's just leave it like that.
Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. All right. Did you want to ask a question?
Oh my God, you guys!
Or which one are we at?
Well,
we have a lot of questions.
We're still in the same one.
No, we are now on false claims and slander. Right? No, we did the we're on false claims and slander. Yeah, I know. I didn't finish. I didn't finish the.
So I don't do this one.
Well, no, we already passed that one.
I know. I was like,
I skipped. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I need to stop doing that.
Do you feel the accusations are politically motivated? If so, why?
We asked that one.
You did?
Yeah.
Well, you need to tell me.
Here, follow me, and I'll ask the question. If you see where it says false claims and slander, yeah, you'll see. I'm gonna ask that first. Okay, all right. So, Monica, in addition to these accusations, all right, there have been a lot of bizarre claims made. About faking being sick. We just talked about the faking being sick, dumping water on dumping the water bucket, like doing the ice challenge.
Have a lot of imagination.
Yeah. How do you respond to these? I mean, that's all.
And that's the thing. It's not even worth responding, because it's like a never ending. It's like just the ice ball keeps going, bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's even hilarious to that point, because I'm like, okay, it was raining, but I had the time and then I took the time to actually think that I wanted to look like that. No, I didn't want to look like that. And then, it was like, what? Why did I actually do it? But I was actually thinking, because we know what's going on in Eagle Pass forever. Actually, what was one of my proposals, if they pay attention, but they never go back. It's just what's happening right now.
Tell us about that.
And, well, I mean, I guess that one of the things that I asked immediately when I came in, it was just not about the master planning, because it was a project that it was already part paid for. and it was already in the works, the same as the drainage issues. And that to me is very important because, as you all know, I'm very committed with the planning department because I understand the system, and I always have tried to help them organize better because we have excellent people there. We have the good people, trained people, but we struggle with the salaries, of course, with the organization, and that make us like in so many ways, right? So one of the main concerns of mine was exactly that, because, and let me tell you, whoever is mayor this coming election, we already have a problem, and let me tell you why. Remember that this year it's 100-year floodplain, so we're expecting something. I mean, supposedly, right? By September, we're going to be looking again, thunderstorms and the same problem. Similar. We're not going to have enough time, to be honest, to fix it, because this is a project with funding and a lot of things. Unfortunately, Ramsey, when he became mayor, and they stopped those projects. And now we are trying to find the funding enough to update everything, because a lot of things have changed, because now that we have commercial areas that already developed and residential, well, everything changed. So we need to again make a study that it's not a study of 2 months or 3 months or 1 year. It takes a while. Okay. So unfortunately we lost a lot of time when they put a stop to that. And that's why we're in this predicament. I'm not going to blame the past. We are here. We need to solve what's in front of us. But people need to understand we care. We are residents. Anything can happen to any family member, to any one of us. I understand that. And that's why I was outside. Why she didn't change? Because I was coming home, because actually I had leaks in my home and my son was desperate calling me, and I was like, it's even worse than before. And Mom, I need you here. So I didn't have a chance, because then I saw that I was running out of gas. So when I saw there that I was going to the HEB gas station, I saw a car actually with blinking lights with a long traffic on Bib. It was the worst hour. I was coming from ITT. So of course I was wearing a dress. Of course I was wearing platforms. Of course, it was not in my plan to get down and help this young lady that was really scared that she couldn't move, and because the car stopped in the middle of the traffic and she was nervous, and it was bad. The water, those were the 20-minute, laps that it was constantly raining. And, that's why I didn't say, okay, wait for me. Let me go put tennis shoes on or rain boots, and then let me come back. Actually, the neighbor actually saw me, that I was like, okay, just put it in neutral. You have it in park. I cannot help you move the car, and then get out of the car. But okay, no, we'll stay there. It's safer. So it just happened. It was in the moment. I'm not going to be live videotaping what's going on, because I'm doing it.
That's a good practice.
So, it's just, that's how I got wet 2 hours prior. Then I tried to come home. I didn't work. We worked still with other worries. And then I was misinformed about, what happened. And so that's how we got to that point. And I was scared that since we didn't have enough, people everywhere, well, just make people realize that, to stay home, that it was better, that it was safer. By that time, I was just, shaking bed because it was cold.
Yes,
right?
It was cold.
Right. So I didn't change until later that day, and then something else happened, regardless of what people mention on the news. But that's why I'm like, if I know what I did or what I didn't do, I was doing it. Well, why am I gonna worry about what people say and the lies? Some people pay attention, others don't. Why? It doesn't make any sense. It's actually funny, but I guess it's not the game that I'm playing. I'm not going to be answering. I'm not going to have my team wasting time on doing that. Right. It doesn't make any sense. And if it's, that age group that, supports him and that they're very much into that, and then to the bots and into, they like, doing that. Yes. and bullying people. And well, let them. That's the kind of campaign that he has, and it's fine. And then you go to the extreme that he has the old machinery involved with so many other things. But we're concentrating in what's important. We're concentrating in what's real, in what's let's say professional to the position that we are actually, fighting for.
Fighting.
And let's let people decide on the polls. Let's make people decide on the polls and keep fighting the good fight.
There we go. All right. Next question. I think we're on the same page now, right?
Yes, I am.
That's my fault. I'm sorry. I'll take all the blame for it. No worries.
Okay, how do you handle the emotional and professional toll of this constant negativity?
I don't pay attention to it. Like I hear it,
good.
but I don't pay attention to it. I think that I have a great group I have great people behind me that actually feel with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that it's funny because some of the days that this has happened, I didn't realize that I was the one actually, I was actually calming them down. Like if they were if it was the other way around,
Yes,
right? And I'm like, everything is fine. And they, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes they feel, they feel it. They've been part of it. They've been working hard,
Mm-hmm.
and they have seen the support. And sometimes I guess it's just frustration. I guess that they know that we're not going to get to that point and respond the same way. So I understand, but honestly, we have a lot of faith. We believe in God, and
Mm-hmm.
we pray a lot in this team, and we have left everything in God's hands, and that's, I think, that what makes us strong and keep us focused.
The way you think, I like it.
There you go. And then that's going to bring us to our next topic. So we're going to debunk this alliance claim. Okay, so there have been a lot of claims, and of course, I think they blame this certain person for everything. That's from what I'm seeing, because I wasn't here from those eras. Okay, but there were a lot of claims about an alliance between you and the superintendent, as well as David Salcedo, the former county judge. So can you address this directly? Like that's what they have on you is oh my God, she's in league with the superintendent. Oh my God, she's in league with David Salcedo.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on there? Why is that something that they have on you?
How can I put it this way? People that are supporting the other candidate, I'm going to put it very simple, because if I get into details, honestly, I'm going to keep on going, and maybe I'm going to say more than I should have.
Mm-hmm.
But people behind his team have personal vendettas against those people. Let me put it that straight. And they're taking advantage of this campaign.
Mm-hmm.
That if they see any of them, either in my campaign or talking, good, or saying, what, she was a loyal person when I asked for her help, or, in so many ways, all I have with people have relationships of respect. And, it's sad that they take it to another level, because there's personal vendettas against certain people. So this is more of a personal vendetta that it's getting all mixed up,
with
me,
hand.
That it's getting out of hand. Let's put it that way. Yes.
Could that be the reason why you don't have a lot of, political support, as it were? Did you say
Oh yeah,
something
because I was very outspoken, and I was very clear
Mm-hmm.
to a lot of people that came into me and said, and should I say the name or not? I'm not going to say names, but this person particularly, if you pay attention to the way that they're handling the campaign, it's a bullying campaign, right? Handled by a certain person that works for that person, who will get in detail more of that. But
that's up to you.
I'm trying to say the right words, but that person came to my office a day prior to my registration. And I remember clearly, I supported that person on his campaign, unfortunately. And I'm not saying unfortunately because now I don't have the support, but unfortunately because it was very disappointing. And I saw how everything that was promised ended up completely different. we still had a decent relationship. I mean, we respected one another. He saw the way that I was. Actually, in one point, he said, I mean, you will do a great mayor. And I said, it's not even the time. And many people, you know, and incredibly, another person on the media said it many, many months back when he saw me work and how everything turned out, right? So the funny part is that he came to me, well, the serious point. He came to me and he said very straightforward, well, if you want me to support you, you have to, well, I need to make sure that you're going to do what's right. When he said that, what are you talking about? Well, what do you think about Homero Valderas as the city manager? Because he was the one who hired, you know, Mr. Saucedo.
Mr. Saucedo, yeah.
And I said, okay, well, so straight to the point. So you're telling me since now that if I don't do what you're telling me to do, which is, in my point of view, that you want to run the city as well, I'm sorry, but we're not in the same page. And your kind of right, it's not my kind of right. And if we're going to start like this, I'm glad that you're telling me right now so that you can just go in the open and just open up with any other candidate. If I promise you something that I'm not planning to keep, because I'm not saying that, how can I put it? The only thing that I said there is, okay, your kind of right's not my kind of right, and your enemies are not my enemies. So if people are doing their job, there's nothing I'm going to do against the person that maybe in the eyes of a committee that actually supported him because they were in the interviews. They have all the qualifications. Why am I going to be against a person who deserves it? Because you don't like that person. And a lot of people that supported me didn't like that person. I'm not friends with that person, to be honest. But I'm not going to do something that is wrong for somebody that in that point, and if my city manager and the people that actually put a score on his interview says that he deserves the job, regardless. Because this is not about politics, and we have to stop that.
Yes.
This is not about politics. Everybody talks about that. Oh, they put the people that they want because they have a personal interest. Well, this was the line that I was very straightforward. Why am I going to go against? First of all, I don't vote on that. Well, yeah, but you didn't say anything against it, and your word could have, have some, weight. Since when we have a weight, we can say, I know this person, and maybe okay, Miss Cruz, do you know anything about this person? You can say it if they want that kind of support, but you can never say, even if you say it, okay, yes, it's not going to happen because we don't make the decision.
So they wanted to oust Homero and David.
So pretty much that's what happened. And I said, I'm sorry. I'm not going to do, here I see something very different. And I'm not going to do what you think that, let me put it this way. If you want me to, I lost train of thought, but
this was the other entity telling you, hey,
since I'm trying to omit names, I'm having a hard time, but yeah.
I want to say the names.
No. And I said, okay, if I promise you, there I go. If I promise you something that I'm not going to, just so that I want your support, and then I get there and I don't give it to you, I'm converting into the person that you are and many other politicians are.
Right.
And I'm not going to be there.
Making a promise that you don't attempt.
I'm here fighting the good fight. And I'm very happy that we had this conversation to really know who you are. And then it means that you're not here for the community and what's best. You're here trying to work things out, to have control of the city that no longer you have control on. And I'm not going to allow it, because I'm going to be here as long as the people want me here in the city to defend them and to speak the truth and to really discover what's really happening with everything, because there's a lot of fraud.
So you told the political machine no, and they got pissed off about it pretty much.
Yeah. And that's how everything started. And he's part of it. And not only that, there's a lot of connections if you really put the dots together. And I think I'm going to take the time just to really explain everything later on to who's with what. I mean, who's with whom and what are they up to.
Okay. Oh wow, that's
See, I told you not to ask me that because I want to say so many things. But
hey,
did
we got to fish it out. You know what I mean? Apparently, we're asking too many softball questions, and we're only they're like just like the last podcast, which wasn't political. But,
another person that is behind him is because I didn't support his son. Another one because I didn't support his. So yes, it has become political.
It's like a baseball coach, like when you don't put someone's kid in and they get mad at you for it.
Yeah,
kind of
exactly.
like,
and I don't care. This comes with the territory. I'm not here to please everyone, and I understand that. I'm not here to tell people what they want to hear. And maybe that makes me a bad politician if you want to put it about it. I mean, like that, because politicians actually, lie about or tell people what they want to hear. I'm not that kind of person.
Well, that's good. I mean, I don't think anybody's given you the chance to put that out. I mean, was there anybody else that has offered to actually sit and hear your story instead of wanting you to come in so we could badger you?
No, not yet. I guess just the people that actually know what I'm all about.
Yeah. And you know what? I try to ignore all this little scrutiny, bullshit, because you know what? Again, everybody here is getting paid to promote a campaign. But is anybody writing about things like, okay, so is Aaron with Puerto Verde? Is he not with Puerto Verde? Is he? Oh, what is that? And then I get shamed for it because I asked the question, right? But then I'm the Monica groupie and the fanboy and stuff, and so like
everything. Like what is her slogan? Blame it on Monica. Because it rained, it was Monica.
Yeah, it was Monica's fault. Yeah, she's behind all of this.
So see, we make fun of her.
She got me my equipment. People try to say that I got, she paid for all of this.
That she's going to get you a job.
Yeah, she's going to give me a job. Yeah.
Yes.
She's going to take me away from my good job that I have.
Exactly.
So
I wish it was that easy because we have very good people behind us and that, would be an amazing job, but it's not that easy.
Yeah. And you know what? Speaking of which, before we get off that subject, you weren't even part of the hiring committee for David, right?
Nope. No, sir.
So why are they involved?
So why are they still saying?
But let me tell you, everything has started. I mean, the way that they are running this campaign at the beginning, before that politician got involved and started with all the bullying, they started with gossips within the city that I was going to fire people. So if they saw that I had a good relationship, let's say with the police department, well, chief, Monica is going to fire you because, he has this person on pictures and he might be the one. And so she already promised. And then I said, no, this one actually, it's more of a county person. Okay, yes. And then, this is a second choice. No, we misunderstood. It was not him. It was this one. Again, he wanted to be a commissioner as far as I know. And then, this one until I said, well, that's it, right? And then they didn't stop there. They started with the city manager. Well, it's funny. If I don't want to fire Homero, and they're also saying other gossip that, he's there because of the connection, the good relationship with it. So then, I mean, what is it really? Is it one or is it the other? Am I going to fire him or am I going to leave him? So as long as people are doing their job, why am I going to come and change that?
To please somebody
I'm
else, right?
actually behind the truth of any fraud, of any things that have been done that are not right. And that's probably what people don't like. People don't like not having control. People don't like also having a woman in that position, in power.
Yeah.
And
wow.
I think it's very low, and not because I'm a woman, but really like because I'm a girl and let me make her cry. Well, let me tell you, I was mad yesterday. I was like, how come I haven't even had the opportunity to cry or get something out of the system? I just don't. And that's when you know that this makes you stronger. This is good. This is good because if I'm meant to be in that position, it's preparing me to be in that position. And
then
nothing,
you can take all the hits.
Yeah, take it all. Take it. And we are going to respond the way when it comes to that. But I'm not going to defend myself putting all the truths that I know because I know his family. Believe me very close. I know all the truths and the lies and the cover-ups and everything. And Am I going to win something over that?
No.
What's my gain? I'm going to be the same person. Am I going to go to that position? And they know that. And they know me. And they know that I'm not going to be doing that. Out of respect that maybe they don't deserve, but out of respect. It was truly sad that, they have been doing all this. And when they saw my family on election day, they were like, oh, like if nothing's, and we love you, and I'm like, no, that doesn't go with me. I'm sorry. And I don't hold personal vendettas, to be honest, but it's just not right.
No, it's not right.
That's all.
Yeah. I mean, even you can understand how we've kept an eye out on who's endorsing who. 6 past mayors, including the current one. You got all the police and fire association. Like, good God, make it as obvious as you can.
Yeah, and let me tell you, now that we're talking about it, just in case that something happens to me, that I know that I'm laughing, but we were serious, and my team was serious about it in the last couple of months. A lot of things had happened that I was worried about my safety. My daughter actually went to his dad's house, and she's moving someplace else because things happened. I didn't report it because I don't trust, unfortunately, a little bit of groups of the investigators. Unfortunately, I was wired. My house was wired, and I was out of town. I remember that day, and I called my friends and I said, "You better run to the house." And probably the dad of my daughter is going to call me right now and freaking out. But I have to say it. I have to say it. I have gone through a lot. I don't trust the system right now, and it's bad, and I feel horrible for it because I was part of the city, and I love my people, and I defend them with all my heart and with all my guts to really look for their best, and it's there. I think that I never failed them. I can tell you that I never did. I fought for them. And we delivered. I delivered. And right now, being in that position, because there's a investigation in one of the members of the police association, that that tells you a lot. So I'm here to do that, to give continuance regardless, no matter what. So that's the sad part, that the people in the community, without knowing me that well, the people that don't know me and talk, that's the frustration, I think, that I'm fighting for them. I'm risking my life for them. I'm putting my family to the side. I'm putting my business on the side for no personal gain, including being worried about my safety and my families and my teams. And yet I have to just stay quiet and keep going and keep fighting. And I will do it until the last second. I don't care anymore. It's on the open. There's an investigation about the fest that involves people that are sitting right in there right now, and people involving the administration. There's fraud by other, sitting council. There's another, thing on the police, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it. So if anything happens or turns the table, you know what I'm against. I'm against the people from Puerto Verde, that it's also people that are millionaires, and you know where the money comes from. The money comes from Mexico. So you know where I'm getting, too. I'm against a lot of politicians here that their control, losing that control, it's going to turn everything around. I'm against, why not? I'm going to say, yes, the mayor, the county judge, there's a lot of things going on. So it just pay special attention. Look at pictures. Look at things that are behind it. Just the answer is there. And why against Puerto Verde? It's not because they're not, funding me or not. Because that's something else. Puerto Verde.
It's a good question.
Yeah, Puerto Verde. I'm not against the third bridge. Believe it or not, it's not against having a third bridge, because eventually we're getting there. Location-wise, the factor that it's privatized, the factor that they're not guaranteeing us anywhere the safety of our residents and reimbursing them for the value of their houses, because it's going to completely change. And not only that, if we lose that projected $9 million that we're going to get by the time that they finish it, if we get to that point, the city taxes are going to go, that's a projection, up to 16% on taxes. So unless they change the, if they prove to us that we will get that money back, or we're going to, have it saved and easy, well, then, and if they take care of those residents, and if the environment doesn't get harmed, well, why not? But the thing is that we lost a lot of bad or good communication in the beginning. And that's what I meant in the beginning.
Right. And so when you, I know, I'm sorry.
There's a lot of questions. It was very new to us, to be honest.
If you are elected mayor, so how are you going to handle that situation?
Well, right now the county is, handling the situation because they want it, right? And a lot of other people. And again, it's a win situation for if they hire local people to actually do the development. That's great and all, but it's a lie with the numbers and projected numbers that they're saying. I mean, the jobs, 234,000 jobs. Well, we're not even 40,000 people here. What do you mean?
And these contract
where
jobs?
are we going to put them all? And the contractors and the people that are going to be working there. And, it's just a lot of things. It's a lot of things behind that. What I will do is just keep fighting and listening to people. Here, this is not about us. Just, we are the voice. We are the representatives of the people. That's why we're there. So what we're looking for.
That's
I was like, no. So what we are really gonna do is just listening to the community, working together, looking for solutions, take advantage of our position along with the council members to actually go and fight with you, state and federal level,
right,
so that we can get to a good solution and what's best for the entire community.
Mm-hmm.
What about these medians? I know your opponent says he wants to get these medians off, but we all know that it's, from what we're looking at, it's the state, right?
And let me tell you, I'm glad that you brought it. And let me tell you, I wasn't going to talk about it because the medians was just old, history. It's just history. We didn't want to touch that. But let me tell you, I ended up cutting a video that it was very informative. And let me tell you, because it's unfortunate, and I was between mad and laughing about the issue, because I already comprehend that the community like to be lied to, in the sense that they rather have this, sometimes maybe a factor in a campaign, right? Mm-hmm. To hear somebody saying there's a possibility of taking them out, right?
Right.
Versus the factor of what's really going on and who has, the last say. Okay. We've been fighting a lot, to be honest, to find solutions. Like, first of all, they're there already, right? We are lacking, lighting there, because at night you can barely see them. We're lacking paint, which actually I spoke with somebody in the past couple of weeks, if we could just put it there before I gave my seat. I said, at least can you just paint them with something that
Yellow,
at night we
maybe,
can see them.
You can see reflectors. Something.
Exactly, something. And say, yeah, that's possible, because we just need to put it on the, and it's possible. They didn't promise, just clarifying. But yeah, it's something that is doable. It's something that since I got there, I remember saying our state rep telling, well, how I started asking the same questions. What happened? Did it go through city council? Was it publicly, mentioned to the citizens?
Yeah, it just kind of got put there. We don't even know how.
Exactly. When did this happen, and how can we remove them? Exactly the same answer. And he said, it's not that easy. It's not that easy. They're there for a purpose. It's safety. I know that the traffic, it's an issue, but it's because we are a growing community.
Yes,
right.
We are.
With or without them, we still have the same traffic, to be honest. I spoke with companies, and they're saying, you know what, there's less accidents. And I'm like, really? All those things. The purpose of the medians is just safety, that you don't have front to front collisions, that you don't have the turnarounds that are dangerous. I understand that there are a lot of possibilities. Yeah, we're going to keep fighting. I'm not saying we will not,
The random
but
U-turns.
we have to have the pros and cons. And yes, actually, I believe that TxDOT does a public notice and puts it, I believe, in the county or someplace. But before any of their projects, they put it to the public. Unfortunately, we have a community that we don't respond a lot. We don't actually participate. And that's some of the issues. We complain, but we don't participate. We don't. So that's the open communication that we're lacking. And I invite everyone to actually find solutions together. Like, let's, for example, if we cannot put barriers on all the flooding that we were talking about, sometimes it's because the engineers tells us it's a liability, because let's say that something big gets stuck, then it overflows, and then maybe houses around that were not flooding, now they're going to flood. So there's issues that it's not an easy decision of us to even to put something or a barrier, a permanent barrier. It creates maybe other liabilities to the city or to the residents. So we always need to put everything in a very serious matter, and we need to analyze it. We cannot just promise things out of the blue because, it makes people happy.
Yes.
We need to actually explain, and that's what we've been trying to do. Be more be more open to it. But again, we can keep fighting and we can accomplish something. Or maybe open some, like Arrow Point has a direct problem. It only has an entry, but since it's a one-way street, they have to come out and then they have to go all the way around. And that was some of the complaints and then the complaints on the block walking. And I said to that gentleman, you know what, I'll never forget this. And I will fight to maybe have a wider entry so that you can have both options, but it has to go through TxDOT. It has to go through the police as well, and traffic control. It's not only us.
Right.
They do a lot of studies.
So if you
because they also have to not be liable themselves. They have to protect themselves.
So that's why if you promise me no medians and there's no medians, I'm going to come straight directly to you. Like, hey, what happened to the medians?
Exactly.
Like, there's no,
but
so
since you're
it's a
already
process.
there, maybe you're like, okay, I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
But I'm not the candidate. I'm going to tell you what you want to hear because you want to hear it. I'm going to give you things that are possible and solutions. And that's a reality.
Yeah. Okay. Man, we really covered a lot of the Puerto Vallarta thing. I just kind of I got thrown off. So now we're going to be on a different. You see how, and people are going to make fun of like, oh,
actually, I was invited. Actually, I was invited by one of the coalitions to go and speak, even though I'm not a sitting council member, but they invited me a couple of days ago, or a week already, and they invited me to participate and be a voice there in Austin at the Capitol. And I said, of course. I mean, I'll do anything that I'm needed for. I'm either there or not. I'm an active resident and concerned citizen. So yeah, anything that helps, I'm here for.
Absolutely. Yeah, no worries. And we man, where are we at? I think we're at we're at 58 minutes. It's almost been an hour, and that hour went by quick. So we'll keep going. We'll keep rocking and rolling. Just let me know if for some reason we have to stop or whatever. I mean,
no.
Okay. All right. What you gave me that look like? Oh, okay. So we covered Puerto Vallarta. Okay. But I think one of the questions that I didn't get to ask was, or I think I did ask it earlier, but your opponent, hasn't really made it clear on where he stands on it. So I think one of the biggest, in my opinion, what kind of boggles my mind is that we have Mayor Rolando Salinas, who is apparently against Puerto Vallarta. We saw the thing.
More vocal.
Yeah, we saw that. Yeah, he's more vocal now, and you agreed with him on a Facebook post. That's the way I took it.
Yes,
and then he kind of came back with something a little snarky, and I was just like, holy, okay. Like, but
and it wasn't a negative comment. I was like, finally, after all the drama with like, I just said it like that, like, okay, finally we are on the same page and something, right?
Well, yeah.
But anyway, again, it's the negative, part of
however they want to take it.
Right, I got you. Yeah, and people take things the wrong way, especially when there's no tone in social media. But back to the gear. So you have Mayor Salinas, who has been vocal and is against Puerto Verde, yet he's endorsing Aaron Valdez, which has not made a stand on Puerto Verde. So,
but then if you see the clear picture, there's a picture of him, county judge, and two other commissioners that are with Puerto Verde.
Yeah, we know that.
Elias is with him as well. His husband was the main supporter of Puerto Verde because he was hired by them. Antuna, the ex-city manager, if you can, put the dots together as well. So talking about promises, and it just makes sense. Who's behind all this? So is he the final piece?
I don't know.
We don't know that.
I don't know. Yeah, that's what we're thinking.
It was amazing that in the day that I gave my seat, oh my God, everyone was there. Everyone was there. Exactly the people that were sitting there. It's exactly, if you really go, and check everyone there, there's your answer. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. If anybody's just joining us, we've had a lot of, we'll just go a little recap. So we talked about, just a little bit about the 57 Music Fest. It appears that Councilwoman Cruz, or former Councilwoman Cruz, has given us the details on pretty much saying no to the political machine, which is why, it makes sense. If you didn't even know that, it can make sense that the politics aren't behind her right now.
Yes.
So,
That's
kind of a good
Even
thing.
in that, everything is just, smooth in that sense.
Right.
I'm calm. I'm happy about that. And
so you're against all odds, and you got a lot of supporters. You for the run, or before the runoff, for election day, you didn't lose by that many votes, less than 100. So give or take, that this is going against the political machine, and you're going neck and neck.
It has become that.
So.
Unfortunately, it's just like war between
right
sides, and I never been on sides. I never belong to a team specifically. Everybody who wants to join me, thank you, because they believe in me, but that's it. Or because if you also have a personal vendetta against this, okay, thank you, welcome, support me. But it's hard to put it just out there as part of defending yourself, but I guess it's time. Now that you're asking the questions, why not?
We notice what's going on. We have just now the chief of staff got let go for the county, and now we have and no offense, he's probably a good kid, but we have a 26-year-old kid that's going to be the chief of staff of Maverick County. No prior experience, young buck, green, and he's only been there for about less than 6 months. That's crazy. And and nobody's writing about it.
Oh, nobody's writing about it.
Nobody's writing about it.
A certain nepotism part there that happened since he wasn't on the seat either.
Yeah.
But he speaks about nepotism.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. That's.
Can we go clear, or can we go just in the open, or not necessarily?
Yeah.
Do you think that it's the right time, or
yeah, you go, you
what do you think?
Your team's saying go along, go for it. This is the time. So we're in 3. I think this is going to be we've had already up to about 50 live viewers, and it's going to be at 1,000. It's probably already at 1,000 soon. So now's the time to put it all on the line. We're not even. We're just throw those papers away. We're not even following the outline anymore. And we usually have an outline, and we use it as a guideline. So we really always just and then of course I have somebody comment, oh look, they wrote down the questions. Okay, dude, I'm not a computer. I'm not gonna give me a break.
And I think that a lot of questions that I have arose, if I may, now with that video, I do have a very good relationship with the county, because I lived the needs of them. And for instance, something that I've probably been the only sitting city council that actually has worked jointly with the county. One of the commissioners, when I was in the city, oh my God, it sounds like long time ago. Let me tell you, we work together very well. He had, let's say, and how can we work with the city, with the county sometimes when some of the precincts are within the city limits, we can work together. And how? It works in the sense that maybe they can have the material for sidewalks, or they can have everything and the money for it, but they don't have labor. So they asked to, work with them jointly. And that happened with one of the commissioners that I worked really, really well. And actually, we finished those sidewalks in less than 3 months. So that was something that maybe people don't see. And then again, I mean, I went back to about the drainage study that we needed to do together. And then finally, it's something that I'm very proud of, the mitigation plan and emergency service. That was pretty much, I was the one who started it, even though I hate to say that I was the one who started it, but it's the truth. The opportunity that I have for a couple of months to be as the county planning director, I realized that it was expired and you couldn't get grants. You couldn't get ready for any emergency. So it was a very, very important matter. It couldn't wait. So I that was the beauty of it, that I spoke with Mr. Rodriguez and with Mr. Cardona about it on the city side, and in the county, hey, we need to keep moving. And I was actually talking to the people that were in charge of that state level, that were like, hey, you need to move on this, because otherwise, if you get grants or if you ask for things like that for emergency, and that's the safety of our community.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
we're a city.
So that's when everything started, and I was very happy to see that happening and closing that chapter before I left. And it happened in the last meeting. So that's something that I'm very proud of. Something that maybe is just dumb to people or very little, but no, it's important because it's about, concerning the citizens' safety, and it happened. So I'm glad that it was maybe, something that happened that was good in the county. And little things like that. I mean, I know that people don't realize about, everybody complains about our children staying here. Of course, I'm one of them. I'm the concerned mothers that want our children to always come back.
Of course.
Right.
And we need more. We need more for the youth. And I'm aware of that. I'm a mother, I understand, we understand the need, and we're working on it. There's a lot of things that we can do. And then people complain about the business as well. We were part of the incubator. The thing is that something so new that people don't really understand it, and they're not taking advantage of it. But honestly, an incubator, gives local incentives to help start your business locally. And then you can go and open your business after so many, a short period of time, but it helps you start something at a very, very low rent. That we have many, many spaces, not necessarily, but it gives you the opportunity. And then we had an agreement with a local college here that actually also gives that help in understanding
The boost.
how to the boost and educate people on how to start a small business. So we have the tools there. We're trying really hard, but when people don't take advantage of it or they don't understand it, how can we help? And another thing that I'm very proud of is that I kept reminding the city, we need interns. We need interns, because I'm living it with my children as well, and the children of friends and people that we know in the community, that now you don't only need a degree, you need experience. Right. And where do you get it? Well, nobody gave me a job, or they gave me a job in retail, but my college degree has nothing to do with that. And it's in another, well, it's hard to find a job. I know it's hard. It's something that we cannot necessarily control, but we can help the community and our youth to actually be prepared for the future. So what does that have to do with the internship in the city? They get the chance and the opportunity to meet with different departments and actually understand every single aspect of the job. So that can help them realize what they really want or are after. And then they already have some hours, as well as some people that actually take advantage and start or get out of here with already the bachelor's. So they already have the experience as considered as college hours. So it's something, and who knows, maybe when they graduate, they can come and apply for the city, and they already had the experience.
So you got some pretty good things planned for the youth if you're,
but it's there. And we have done that. And my proudest moment on my last meeting was the full evaluation of the city employee pay. It ensures fairness to our employees, their family, and we need to take care of them, and efficiency at their work as well. And I think that it was something that we fought so hard, and they were actually, they didn't believe in it. They were like, oh, it happened so many times, and those audits, and they just stay there on the table. But we fought so hard with the finance director, and Mr. Castillo did an excellent job. And I think that we already found a way of doing it gradually, but it's working, and it should reflect in their next paycheck. So that's something that I feel very proud of.
That's good. Well, that's good that we can talk about the things that you actually have done. And
Because I haven't done.
Yeah, because you haven't done anything,
I
and
just wanted to.
You've been the mayor this whole time. Actually, that one city council person can dictate everything, I guess. So when there's four, so shoot. So we've already covered. We've covered again for the 1,000th time the 57 Music Fest. We talked about how you said no to the political machine, which it's an obvious reason
to
why
me,
you're not.
That's a win-win thing in this campaign. At least.
But we can all see that you're not getting any of the political support, from six, including the current mayor, the commissioners.
Why do we want to go back to what we complain so much about,
right?
Instead of moving forward,
right? So that's and you're against all odds there. But you know what? Like I said, you have a lot of good support, from the community. I think people. And like I said, it's funny, right? It's just me who's, running a business and trying to charge for, interviews and.
But when I have interviews with other people, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's you. It's just you. Again, personal vendetta.
Yeah, there you go. So I mean, what other questions can we ask? I mean, obviously we've asked, the deal with David and with Mr. Salcedo and the superintendent, Mr. Mijares. I feel like that's the only thing that people are throwing at you. I feel like that's
and when that happened, let me tell you, when that happened, and I think we touched bases on that the other day, all I'm gonna say is that I knew what the consequence was. And still didn't back up because I knew that a lot of people were going to be mad at me, and it could have affected my political campaign. But we're not here to do what's best for us. We need to do what's best in every sense of the word, humanly speaking, city, what it's needed and who is the person that needs to be there. That's it. Yeah. We cannot have everyone happy all the time. And that's something that you learn, and that's something that you need to have in your head always. And you have to be truthful with your, you need to be grounded. And that's something that I told Ms. Ramon when I, turned my seat and over, and I said, you need to be, grounded, because when we lose that,
right,
we're not worth, of being there.
I don't know, Vero, could you keep your cool if you were you had to deal with tabloid media and all these pictures and fat shaming?
Yeah, because I don't care.
But you got to that point.
Yeah, we all got to that point, of course, and we, that you try to knock down all the chaotic slander and stuff, and then you become the bully, obviously, when you bully the bullies. But
unfortunately, we live in that kind of generation right now. I mean,
you bully the bullies, you say something, they screenshot what you said, say, look at what Camarillo said, and
you're the bad person.
Yeah, I'm the bad person for beating up the bully. But you know what? We're taking our main focus off of that. We want to focus on what you have done in the city and what you plan to do, if you win mayor, which, it feels like it's looking pretty good, at least to me. And a lot of other citizens have spoke out too. We've talked to them, and it's all in the results.
Yeah,
so comes onto the votes, and so not a lot of people can stand up against the political machine and go neck and neck, causing a runoff.
And they just keep fighting the good fight, and be against control and hiding the truth. That's all I'm going to say. And let me tell you, if we're closing, I remember, it just made my day and put a smile on my face. The other day, a dear friend of mine sent me an image, and it said something. Well, it was in Spanish, but it says something around that. Nadie se esfuerza más en ensuciar tu nombre que quien teme que se sepa la verdad. And I think that with that, it says it all. It's so nadie se esfuerza más en ensuciar tu nombre que quien teme que se sepa la verdad. And I think that this campaign has been all about that. And it put a smile on my face because I thought, you got me. You know exactly what's going on without me saying a word. And now that we, kind of discuss what's going on very vaguely and very generalized, I think that it all comes to that.
Yeah,
and we need to stay focused on what's next, on what we want, on what needs to be done in the community, and not all this circus.
So if you do become mayor, how are you gonna now? Okay, let's say you win, you become mayor. Now you have all these politics pissed at you. What are you gonna do to kind of alleviate
great.
that?
I mean, we have to work together if it comes to that. I'm a big girl, and they should have, they have to have that professionalism and that in mind. You were chosen to be there to represent, not to, confront your personal things and, oh, I hate you because you told me and you, no, this is gone. We raised everything here. Campaign was campaign. From now on, what has to be done together to help the community.
They like it or not.
This is not about us. Again, you have to just take it and move forward. That's the reality.
We're going to answer one question. Someone asked, what's your past work experience and what is your college degree in?
Oh, my college
This
degree.
is from Belinda Martinez.
Hi, Linda. My college degree, it's interior environmental design. It was, it's a beautiful, beautiful career. It has to do with space planning, with interior design, with furniture design, everything. I do a lot of remodeling. You work with architectural classes, with code, with it's a very complete thing. It's not only interior design. It's not, but if you finish that 5.5, it's it was 5 year. When I got there, they added more years to it. So it was a 5-year degree because they added more of those classes. And then you had the opportunity to actually, once you graduated, because it was a complete mayor, right? If you take 2 other years, I could have done a second mayor on architecture, which I always wanted to go back because that's how complete this degree was. I remember going to Incarnate Word and I was excited because they had a new building just specifically for interior design. And then upstairs, it was a fashion design floor that it was also amazing. And I enjoyed it. And that's why I think I'm very passionate that everything is related with now my real estate that I've been working on real estate for that long. And it's all, I guess it's all related. So that's why I have a very good relationship with the builders, have a very good relationship with the realtors, because I understand.
Yes.
I understand the needs. And even with my clients, I tell them, okay, have you noticed that you're not going to be able to put the furniture, this way because the outlet is, too far. And sometimes they laugh and they say, well, do you really want to sell me the house or not, Miss Cruz? Because you're just kind of, no,
Very into
I need to take care of you. That's my job. But yeah, once everything is just, I love it.
Good.
I love it.
Yeah. Well, we got one more. It's not a question though. It's from a fan or a friend of yours. Says, tell Monica we were right behind her, from Christopher Lee. Thank you, Mr. Camarillo.
Thank you,
and
sir.
thank you
Thank
for
you.
coming on.
Thank you.
So one Jessica Mini Flores asked, will Monica look into lowering property taxes?
Oh, that's something that I want so bad. Yeah, we need to fight, but yeah, state and federal level, because it comes from higher grounds. But we can do little things here that I have in mind that maybe will help us a lot.
Well, we can't wait to see what the plan is. So
and the good thing, I mean, just to get the get it clear, the city has always been there. We never raised taxes. We never, in the 4 years that I was there, we fought so that the taxes didn't go up.
That's good. Yeah, I think we definitely kept an eye on that.
Yes, and this last year it even lower a little bit more.
what about, was it going to be 19%? Or was
it was like, and the percentage, it was 0.49, blah, 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 and then on this last year, it was 0.48.
Okay.
So.
Speaking of lowering taxes, just one, I really didn't know what your opponent's talking about for lowering.
Me neither.
Lowering 19% taxes.
Me neither. To be
No,
honest.
I'm being serious. I'm not joking.
I think everyone is. Oh, the ones that believe it, okay, that's good. But I never seen it. If you go to the public information from the hospital district, it's not there at all. Actually, they didn't lower them, and if they lowered, they went actually a little bit higher. So.
How do you lower like 19% taxes as a hospital?
I want to know too. And I actually asked him on the debate. I was like, I really am intrigued because it will be great for the city to do that.
No, they're serious questions. I promise.
And
I'm not taking shots at anybody.
I'm sorry, and I don't want to laugh, but I was did he mean maybe a 0.0019 and he confused with a 19, the whole 19%? No. But yeah, it's just something that I even went home and I was like, please make sure. I need to make sure that it happened, and it didn't happen. I printed it out, but I never, put it online. But it is there. It's not another thing that he keeps saying, transparency, and the funny part is that how come he doesn't allow the media to be on his hospital meetings? It's something that it's just killing me to know.
He doesn't let them.
No, he doesn't let them in. So wow. I'm like, oh, that's awesome too. I mean, it doesn't make any sense either. Wow. So. There's a lot of things that even some board members have told me. Some board members that are no longer there said that they threw the bait to him, convincing him to take the chairman position because he doesn't have a vote.
Yeah. So being under both of y'all, for you, including Jessica, for the whole time, this whole the whole election season, except for now, since now we're doing something exclusive. Man, it's been hell. Like, I'm not even running, and then I'm clashing head to head with this dude. We already know who he is. I don't want to give him any more relevancy.
Everyone is running this campaign,
right? Yeah. So yeah,
we're amazing.
We're all part of her. We're all part of officially, Monica's campaign throughout thick and thin. Like, I mean, and he's welcome, by the way, for giving him the invoices that hello, I charged all 3 people to do this.
Yeah, I negotiated with you. I mean, negotiated. No, I don't.
And it was hard. Like, I mean, it was hard to get you at first. Like, I didn't think I was going to get everybody, but it is what it is. That's how it is.
No, we have to support, everyone and locally more than anyone. And it's just right.
Yeah. Well.
And I trust you guys, and I have, seen everything that you have done and throughout the years, and I respect that very much.
No, I appreciate that. And we tried to bring something different. Like I said, the last podcast, everybody was mad saying, "Oh, you did just giving us softball questions." Well, they weren't political questions.
Yeah.
I mean, but I know
you can't never keep people happy.
No, you couldn't really help it because right away Monica started talking.
There's business for everyone. Let's put it that way, and that's what it is. It's the reality. We're all very different, and we all have different opinions, right. And that's the interesting part of being a community. We all think different, and we need to respect one another. So that's what it is.
So we covered everything. We covered pretty much everything. We went off not script, but we went off outline.
It's fine, but it's good.
Yeah, it's good. So I mean, everything we pretty much covered. I didn't have to look at anything, but so we talked about, again, when you're running for mayor, you've been against all odds with the political machine. I love that word. I don't know why I like to say it. There's no other word to put it. We've explained the things that you've been attacked on. We've explained this whole thing. People are saying that you're influencing the city manager with some, little witchcraft voodoo, and
at the same time they say that it's bad managing. So I don't understand again whether we tell them what to do or not to do. So we're
because the city manager, the city manager is gonna hire whoever they think's necessary, and of course they're gonna go with the hiring committee, which apparently you weren't a part of. But it doesn't matter though. You have that influence.
And again, we're only able to hire the city manager and the city attorney. Those are the 2 positions that we take care of.
So it's all your fault for hiring Homer, and for now Homer's hiring Mr. Salcedo as the bridge director. So it's all your fault. It's all your fault.
I mean, it's just hearsay, bro.
So
that's it. But that's the beauty of democracy, and everybody has their right. But I guess we cover everything, and I
Right.
agree, you know, I appreciate it. Supposedly, I was just going to keep it short and sweet, and
Yeah.
you
no, we-
you know, you ask all the questions.
we covered all of that. Was there anything else in the segment? What did you want to say? Something else before we wrap up, or are we gonna have anybody else join the queue before we
No,
Kick
again,
outta here?
thank you very much. Thank you
No.
for those of you out there that truly believe in me, for the messages that I received today and yesterday. I think that a lot of people felt it, and they made me realize that people care and people feel what we might be going through, and they see the hate, they see the personal vendettas, and it's okay. It's okay. We're good. We're strong. We are working hard until the goal, and whatever happens, we're happy. We have done the job that we're supposed to, and again, this is not about me, and I say it from my heart. This is not about me. It's about the community, and again, all I want is just the truth to come out, and start from a clean slate. Yeah, work for the community.
Yeah, we're looking forward to seeing all that happen. So anything else? We got anything else? No, no team, nothing else.
No,
Nothing?
I guess. Any
Okay.
questions?
No, there haven't been any other questions. You've had a lot of
Oh, good.
support, of course. You've got, yeah, no, you haven't had too many haters. We got some, but haters all
It's
over the
okay
place.
to have haters too. I'm
No.
used to it.
I mean, they're becoming my haters now.
It's part of.
all good. That's
It's
what it
part
is.
of, and again,
Comes
yeah.
with the territory, like someone said.
And now we're in
And-
the wrong kind of business.
yeah, but it's like, oh my god, we touch Monica now. We're oh my god, we're what would they call me? The paid, just the paid off program of Monica Cruz is Ruben Camarillo. So it's like, okay, we'll let you have that one. I don't know why, but anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining. If nobody has any questions. We had a few of them. We've had a lot of good viewers. Just to close, we try to do something different when it comes to politics. We try to do more informing than trashing people. I'm going to ask the questions. Obviously, if I have a question for your opponent, I'm going to ask it and I'm going to write about it because it's true. We didn't know. We haven't heard anything from him on Puerto Verde. There are things that aren't answered. We just answered, why is the political machine against Monica Cruz? Why are they stacking so overwhelmingly? Change it up. We have, let's just say it. I'm not dogging the police and the fire department association, but man, if you really want a candidate in, change it up. Endorse somebody else, but you endorse the same three candidates, and it's so obvious.
Very obvious.
That you really don't have to be Team Monica or Team Aron to realize, whoa, what's going on here? Why do we have 6 past mayors? When has that happened before? Did we have 6 or 7 past mayors come and endorse Rolando? No, I don't think so. That's just something abnormal to me. And so when I speak about it and I say it, everyone's like, oh, well, he's with Monica, so it's just biased.
But
But those are fair questions to ask. And I would ask you the same thing. But we've already asked those questions. Really, were you really for 57 Music Fest? I think we've answered that 5 million times already. We just answered these questions on alliances with the Mr. Salcedo and Mr. Mijares and all that stuff. How much more can you?
I think we cover everything.
Yeah, covered everything.
Every single.
Yeah. So that was just my closing remarks on that. Anything better?
No, I think people should stop with hate. Very negative. We're all community, and leave the hate aside.
Peace and love.
And she's a woman. Where's the respect?
Is that 2 ladies coming up? Then I better get out of here then. No. Okay. Well, with that being said, guys, thanks so much for joining us. If you have any questions, of course. Actually, Monica, before we go, tell them when voting time.
Yeah, early voting. Again, remember, everybody gets so confused with, okay, I already voted, so I can't anymore. No, it's clean slate. We start all over again. So everyone has to go vote again. And if you have any questions, I'm an open book. Call me or text me if you need me to answer more questions or any doubts or anything that you need to know about me and my goals and what I'm planning to do as a mayor, we still have time. It's going to be at the Cruz Munoz gym again. So the hours changed. So it's going to be May 27th to June the 3rd. And instead of 8 to 5, it's going to be 9 to 6. So all the people that get out of work at 5 still going to have an opportunity to get there on time and make it happen. We had a lot of boats that we lost during the week because they were getting there at 5:36 and it's sad. So we're very grateful that the city secretary allowed us to be there an hour later, and we moved that from Tuesday to Friday. It's going to be 9 to 6. Saturday, the first Saturday, 9 to 1, and then Monday and Tuesday again from 9 to 6, and then we rest a couple of days. And election day, it's going to be 7 to 7, a full 12-hour day.
Whew.
And that
hot.
same day, we know the results, election day, and it's going to be at the Cruz Munoz.
Drink plenty of water. Stay hydrated. I'm sure it's going to be hot.
June the 3rd. No, June the 7th.
June the 7th. Okay.
And hopefully everybody can come out and vote because, I mean, we were low on votes.
Yes, and it's a simpler ballot, of course. It's just going to be
the low turnout.
the position of mayor, and it's going to be my opponent and myself.
Just
So
two people, guys.
you'll get in and out real quick.
Really quick. So yes, it's another round of voting. But this is going to definitely determine the fate of the city, in my opinion. You know what I mean? It's just something that everyone needs to think about. And I'll put a message out there. Don't even listen to me when it comes to doing your research on candidates. Like, you don't need me to tell you about whether we're talking about Monica Cruz or Aaron Valdez. You don't need me. You don't need any other media entity to sway you or tell you how to vote. I mean, talk to them. Ask. Monica's right here. It's easy to ask the questions. We gave her the questions we asked. Do some research. When you're confused about something, ask a question. I mean, there's plenty of ways to verify with, and I don't want to hear none of this. Oh, well, Monica's going to lie to me. Like, she's not going to tell me the truth.
How can they find you on social media?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I have my Facebook account. It says Monica J. Cruz, Councilwoman, and we have an Instagram account also, Monica for Mayor. So it's very easy to get a hold of me.
Absolutely. And so that's what we want, is we want the community to be informed as much as possible. And, whatever, I mean, there's no softball questions we threw, right? We pretty much got everything out of there. We told everybody what you wanted to do.
And be careful. There was a fake account yesterday that they, did, but it was just Monica Cruz, no
yeah,
picture,
we
no
saw
nothing.
that.
And it was open May 15, 2025. So whoever is answering very actually abruptly and very it's not me or anybody from the team. So
I'm sure that's quite obvious that it's not you guys. So, but anyways, Beto, nothing else? We're good to go. All right. Well, you heard it from me. Here we're at the beautiful home of Ms. Monica J. Cruz.
And don't forget to come out and vote.
Yes, and
it's a restart, right? Like everybody has to come out.
Everybody come back out to vote. This is the last time May 27th till June 3rd, guys, at Cruz Antonio Munoz Gym, not the multi-purpose center. Okay, we just same places we always have been. If you got nothing, Veronica, nothing else before we go? All right. Well, my name is Ruben Camarillo, host of Now You Know Eagle Pass podcast. We'll see you guys on the next episode. We'll try to have some every Friday, and we're gonna see what's gonna go on this awesome runoff. So good luck to you, Ms. Cruz.
Thank you so
and
much.
we will all be here, guys. Remember, if you don't know about Miss Monica J. Cruz, who's running for mayor, now you know we can pass. If you have any more questions, well, send us an inbox, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Of course, we will be keeping track of the runoff. So tune in, guys. Remember, this community is only stronger together. Catch you guys next time. All right. See you.